Okay.
So we can call the meeting to order. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I wish there was a way to have the captions not be in front of Christina's face. It just seems rude. Sort by. Sort by reverse alphabetical. That's not, that doesn't do anything. It's nothing.
Too bad we can't take that shot away.
We can if we take away both us as well.
Oh.
How's that? Is that better? Not really. Pardon us while we futz a little bit. Is that better? And whoever's talking gets. Okay, acceptable. All right, well, anyway, hello, everyone. I want to introduce, we have a guest tonight, Tommy. Sorry, Tommy, can you say your last name for me so I don't get it wrong?
Frolickstein.
Thank you. Tommy has applied to the open seat on the committee. So presumably, assuming town council approves him at their next meeting, he will be joining us. But I suggested that he come tonight anyway to meet the crew and hear what we're up to and stuff like that. So Tommy, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight and for your interest in joining us.
Yeah, thank you for being interested in having me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I grew up in Wakefield, been here my whole life. I just graduated from BC. I majored in environmental studies and I minored in public health. You probably know my mom, Rada. She owns Rada Boutique. Yeah, I see a lot of heads nodding.
Now the name, I knew the name was familiar, but now I understand.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Connection. But yeah, I saw that there was an opening. I thought, I lived here my whole life. I studied the environment. I thought it would just be a perfect match for me.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you. And yeah, shall we do the real quick version of introducing ourselves? Sure. Okay. I'm Tiana, chair. I've been in Wakefield about 6 years. I've been on the committee three. Yeah, and I'm a consultant in the teamwork space. Thank you.
Well, I know Tommy, we went to school together, but I'm just helping out for the summer.
Maggie's underselling. She's our volunteer for the summer and has been pulling a lot of weight and doing some great stuff.
I'm Melissa. I am the vice chair of the committee. I've been in Wakefield for 6 years, on the committee for 4.
Lily.
I am Lily. I've been in Wakefield for about 8 years now, and I joined the committee, I think, 2 years ago. So nice to meet you.
How about Anne?
Hi, I'm Ann Waite. I'm the business manager for the DPW. And I guess that's it. Welcome aboard.
Rebecca?
I'm Rebecca Nernberger. I've been in Wakefield for about 8 years and been actively part of the committee for about 6-7 months. So nice to meet you. Yeah.
And Christina.
I'm Christina. I've been in Wakefield about 16 years now, and same as Lily, about 2 years on the committee. So welcome.
Oh, thank you all. All right, and we also, I believe, have a new school committee liaison, but since he's not here, we will introduce him next time. Next order of business, can we tackle the minutes from June 12th, which Lily, thank you very much, Lily, sent out for review and sent a revised version a few days ago. Looking for a
Motion
motion.
to approve.
Second.
All right, we will vote. Lily, again, we'll be doing it in alphabetical order.
Great.
Anne,
Yes.
Christina.
Yes.
We don't have Jen or John. Lily,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Stefan or Stephen, and Tiana is a yes. So the minutes are approved. Thank you. Next we can talk through our ongoing initiatives. So I guess it's summertime, so we probably don't have too strong of updates on school composting or food rescue. Melissa, are you aware of anything new on that front? Okay. We'll probably want to check in with the schools towards the end of the summer to make sure they're prepared.
Well, yeah, I should touch base with Cheyenne, see what her situation is. Yeah, we usually go in like the week after school starts or the week school starts and just make sure all the equipment's intact and ready to go.
Yep. And teach the kindergartners as necessary.
Yep.
Yep. We should also see whether, I know it was helpful, although also politically disruptive, to have the senior volunteers. So I guess we can check in with the schools whether that's something that they want to do again.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up hiring the one at Woodville, the one at
Maybe that's-
Walton. I don't know what happened there, like after they left. If they just supplemented with somebody else or what.
Okay, well, when we check in with the schools, we can see if they need more support. Although I don't know that they need us to make that request for the senior volunteers, or if they could do that.
They can do that. It's probably better that we're not in the middle.
Okay. On topic of events, so we can recap the past events. Does anyone want to share about Replicable Caribbean's Recycling and Sustainability Day?
I could talk about the coffee pods. We're not getting a lot of action at town hall about it. So I don't know if I should have Jen send out a blast, or if we want to try to collect something else. I thought it would be full in it like on that Saturday.
Yeah, maybe people aren't using them anymore as much as they used to. I don't know.
I feel like people at town hall are. They could at least put some in there to help me out.
Oh, come on, it's right in town hall. They don't use
Exactly.
it?
It's right at the front door.
Well, Anne, you need to get on that.
I do need to get out there.
We do have a second box though, and I think the thing we heard at the recycling day was, as usual, black plastic, like the takeout containers.
Yeah.
So we could do a box for that. I don't know if, I think Lily, we talked about perhaps we could do that at the sports equipment swap, but that's
Yeah.
sort of mixing topics, so.
We did say that. I don't think we revisited it, but yeah, we discussed that as an option. Could be. I haven't advertised anything around that though.
Right, and if we don't advertise for it, then.
People
we'll
aren't, yeah,
have a
we're not gonna
listening
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're gonna do black plastic, it should just stay here.
So that someone keep
But
an eye on it.
the box is probably gonna get full pretty fast.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we
I
could
love the black
do,
plastic idea. Just putting
we
that
could
out there.
just get rid of the coffee pod one and make them both black plastic.
We certainly could do that, yeah. And what do you think of that? Are you willing to?
Yep, I
Keep
can
an eye on them.
yeah, oh yeah, I can shift. We can go to black plastic.
Okay. How about this? Do you want to like switch the sign on the box, and when it's up, let us know. I'll put out a Facebook post.
Yeah,
and
I'll
we
do
can
it
get in
tomorrow
there.
and I'll mention it to Jen, see if she'll put out something too.
Sounds good. Anyone else want to share more about that event?
I can say we got a pretty good start for sports equipment, a good amount donated, a good amount waiting in my basement for the swap day. So we should hopefully have a good swap day on the 2nd. And then I believe Ellie did pretty well with her school supply drive. She got a
Yeah, I
lot
think
of
she got about-
boxes of binders and some other supplies. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, she got like a full car full of
Mhm.
supplies. Actually, and she emailed me, she couldn't make it tonight, but she is now having a hard time with getting responses from the schools. The schools are very excited to get the supplies,
Mhm.
but now aren't responsive because it's summertime. Or I
Right.
mean, I infer that it's because it's summertime. So
Mhm.
she was hoping to be able to distribute it to the schools and then give the leftovers to that mass teachers resource. But isn't reaching the schools well, and wondered if anyone had any ideas, because she'd like to get them out of her house.
August.
Wait till
Oh,
August.
yeah.
That's about what I suggested, so. And I told her also that they can come live in my basement since Lily's basement is full of sports equipment, they can come live in my basement if she needs to get them out of her house. But yeah, I think it was a good event. It was a pretty rainy day. And there were several other events going on that day, so I think there was sort of split attention from folks. But yeah, I think a lot of the green team junk folks seem to have quite a bit of traffic. So that was good. There was a little bit of trash pickup that went on, which we all participated in, which is good. Yeah, I think it's a successful event. I imagine she'll do it again next year. And then other event recap, we were in the 4th of July parade. For anyone who missed it, we were fabulous and beautiful. Rebecca and Stefan and I had our cars and our families all decked out in solar panels and signage about celebrating energy independence. And we had bubbles and flags and the whole 9 yards. It was a hoot. We got hollered at by a bunch of people along the route, mostly friendly faces like yours, a couple of heckles, but on the whole, largely positive. So I don't know that we'll want to do the parade every year, but it was fun to do it this time.
Should just keep those signs on the cars to advertise for the EV showcase.
I've already removed it from my car, but it's easy enough to print another one.
I'm assuming it was a sticker.
It was like a cling sticker.
Okay.
Yeah. It left no damage. It left no damage on your car also, right, Rebecca?
No, not a problem taking it off. Yeah. Yeah, I'd put another one on. Yeah.
Well, we can take things out of order. Don't let me forget to come back to the sports swap. But while we're talking about the EV showcase, so we had set the date for October 5th. And actually at the parade, it was brought to my attention that the federal tax credit is ending as of September 30th.
I thought it was till the end of the year.
I think solar credits are till the end of the year, and I think the EV is till September 30th. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I'm very well might be wrong, so someone tell me if I'm wrong.
Maybe it changed because everything
also
changes.
Changed.
Yeah.
Things are certainly changeable. So I briefly thought, and I'm curious for everyone's input, whether it would make sense to try to move the showcase a little bit earlier, so that if anyone is trying to pick a car and get it before the tax credit ends, that they would have the benefit of the showcase beforehand rather than several days after.
You mean like beginning of September?
Probably need to be beginning of September, yeah. We wouldn't want it to be Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
Or yeah, that one, Labor Day. Town Day on the Common is late September, I think, 20-something. 27th.
Yeah, I just
27.
don't know if like somebody's just starting to look at things, like how fast they're gonna move to
Right.
purchase by the end of the month.
I wonder if there'll be, I just was checking it, is you are right, Tiana, that it is the September 30th, but I wonder if there'll be like deals on EVs that might be incentives because the dealers see, a drop off after that. So that would
Very well could be,
be
yeah.
a reason to, if we can feasibly push it up, bring it earlier in September. I think it's a busy time of year, but I think, right, that it is a good point that it would be disappointing for people to find out that they missed that by a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we could do like the 13th or 14th.
When's Porch Fest? That's around that also, right? No,
6th. It's yeah.
Porch Fest is usually on a Saturday though, right? And they
That's
showcase
true.
on Sunday.
yes. Although, do we want it to be the Sunday after Porch Fest? Will people be recovering, tired?
We could do a lot of advertising for it on Saturday.
I mean, we could do the before Labor Day, like the 23rd, 24th of August, right? Is Labor Day?
Are we planning on doing it by the lake again? Or
Well, that was the other question. So, Anne, I don't think I ever replied to your email, about the construction at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, so I'm told that they're not going to do anything to the parking lot in the beginning. They are going to work on the foundation, and then the bathroom's coming in like a unit in late fall. So I think you'll be fine. I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, so we talked about the bottom of the lake or lakeside lot up at the top of the lake. And I reached out to the landlord at Lakeside Lot, and I have, through introduction from Julie Smith Galvin, and I've not heard back, so. She was gonna go nudge him, but we could also just do the bottom of the lake like we did last time. Or two years ago. Well, how do folks feel about end of August, August 23rd, 24th? That would then give people a month to decide to get a car? Or is that like an everyone's gonna be going away kind of weekend?
I'm going away the next
So-
weekend, but that one works.
Yeah, I think the timing could be challenging. I think the most important thing is for people to know right now that this is going to happen by the end of September 30th, so they can make their plans accordingly. And it might be that they're on their own schedule a bit, because this is not good timing to get everyone together on the same schedule. But I wonder if there's a way to do it like just be like have some people available in case somebody wants to do like a consult or see a car, see a specific car. So I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it in a more, if you need help kind of
Right,
way.
reach out to us and we'll help, we'll try to connect you with someone.
Is it too late to get us a table at the farmer's market?
Good question. I don't know.
I'm just thinking like, I don't know, if we want to scrap the showcase and just do something at the farmer's market to get people aware, like Jen was saying, that this is happening, and like get a couple people that own EVs there to talk about their EVs, and we could have one parked right at the farmer's market, the charging spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 You could do
try
like a
that.
mini showcase.
Yeah, and that could potentially be a recurring event.
Mhm.
We could also consider like using the stickers again and have like EV ambassadors. Like if you're interested in talking about my EV, have a QR code and reach a list of people that are ambassadors to talk. That could be also ongoing we could do like a overlap with the farmers market presence for a window of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Um. Does somebody want to reach out to the farmer's market and see if we could have they typically have like space for a nonprofit table.
I could reach out. So we'll probably want to do that sometime in August.
Yeah.
Or whenever, actually, whenever they have available. It's
Yeah.
mostly the,
if someone wants to design, well, so like, let's see, what would we want a sticker upon a card to say? Tax credits ending soon. Are you rush buying an EV? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Right, like
I-
curious about EVs, something along those lines, like EVs in Wakefield.
Thinking about buying, the time is now.
There you
Basically,
There
the
you
same
go.
thing. I feel like so we ran into this with WMGLD when we were going to reduce our solar incentive, and it created a huge amount of action among a lot of people that were waiting and weren't quite sure. And all of a sudden, everybody was like, "Okay, now's the time." And I feel like, I mean, I don't like to do that, but I mean, this is really a now's the time if you're going to act kind of moment, right? If you can act, now is better than later.
Sure, yeah. Well, and that's why I would say if we can get some EVs to the parking lot on August 23rd or August 24th, or August 23rd would be the farmer's market, but like having some in person in addition to like otherwise come talk to us.
Like ad hoc, like talk to me about my EV or something.
Yeah. Like the EV showcase isn't hard to put together. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It's more about recruiting some cars. And we have a list of people who've gone the last 2 years and more EV owners since. So like, if we're gonna change the date, now would be the time.
I think the farmer's market brings a lot of foot traffic too. Like it'll bring a lot of people over there that might not have gone to the EV showcase or heard about it. So I do like the idea of having like 2 cars there in the EV slots and then a booth. I think that's a good call to have it.
Yeah, we should certainly try to have a presence at the farmer's market at some point in the next 6 weeks. Is there any other time when people are going to be gathered? I think Porch Fest, but Town Day on the Common is too close to the end of the month. That's end of September. So if we were to do a, talk to people, like EV ambassadors sort of thing, where would we want it to point them, and then how would we want to distribute that, those queries?
I mean, we could point them to a number of different resources online about buying.
Like not to us as ambassadors, but just point them to
Yeah.
a website.
Yes.
I think it would be helpful too to have, I mean, like if some of us who own EVs, because I do think that person to person.
Or like, yeah, we can give
helpful.
out our emails if we're comfortable with that or whatever.
Or they could submit like a query maybe, so that it's like
Let's
us,
see.
and then we could just take turns responding kind of a thing, so that.
Right, if they email the ESC email account, I can then forward it to whomever wants to take it. And if they're looking to talk to a particular type of car, probably have a decent list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could try to get a list of people that are willing to just chat about their vehicles. And I know when I had talked to Bree Reynolds about like kind of their publicity for Friends of Lake Q, she said that the QR codes by the lake got a lot of traffic. So for them, so just write QR codes on our cars and those who are willing, even if it's for a shorter window.
Right.
Could be a way to generate traffic to bring those people in to ask questions.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is let's swap the date from October 5th to earlier, August 24th. And add a ambassador talk to me sort of thing. So we need a QR code signage that we can stick on, that people can opt to stick upon their cars if they're so interested, that sends to the ESC email, and then I'll distribute questions as they come.
So we're still gonna have
And a farmer's market.
we're still gonna have a bigger EV showcase, not like a mini one.
Well, how about this? Let's try to have it, let's see whether we can get at the farmer's market. If we can, then we can just have a couple cars there. And if we, but maybe also have the actual showcase on the 20th end of August. I sort of don't see why not, if we can move the date up.
Yeah.
Right, especially I think Melrose isn't having one this year,
Oh, okay.
so.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
but then try to drive more talking traffic in the meantime.
Mhm.
Awesome. I had made cards that people could give out, but since they say the wrong date, well, we can either take a pen and write it so that we don't waste the cards, but it's not that many of them. We can just make new ones.
Let's change it.
But if you want them,
Yeah.
since you guys are here, you could take some and I'll make fresh ones.
So do we, I mean, we have a list from last year, right?
Yep.
Are we gonna go back to that list and see if people
Yeah.
are interested and then also try to recruit more?
Mhm.
Okay.
Christina, would you be willing to make a car sticker pretty?
Of course.
Thank you. Cool. All right. And if folks are interested in having a sticker on their car, let me know and raise your hand and I'll have some.
I can put one on.
Anyone?
Me too. And I can ask some other friends to sign up.
Cool, cool, cool. Great. Yeah, word of mouth is always the best for that. So cool. All right. Well, so that's the EV showcase. Sports equipment swap is August 2nd.
Yes.
Lily, what do you need or what's the latest on that?
I don't know if I need too much. Robin kindly said that we could use her tent, so that's great. I have not figured out the table situation because I don't think I can transport a table down in my car. So we might not have a table. I don't know. Still thinking on that one. But otherwise, no, we got the new flyer done. Thank you to Christina for that. Shared it with
We got
Dan.
tables. I thought we got tables last year from various people. They brought them themselves.
There was a table there, and I don't know how it got there. I don't know who brought it.
I feel like I remember Stefan had a table that he brought.
Okay.
I have a smallish table. It's like 2 feet by 3 feet. It's not the like standard.
And I think maybe Julie had a table. I think like various
Okay.
people had tables that they brought.
That's possible.
How many do you need, Lily?
Probably just one. I think just one table. It's fine.
I
I
have
mean,
I'm away that weekend, but I'm happy to lend you guys the table, and it's smaller, so it does fit in a car.
okay. That's the challenge. I do have a table. It's just I can't get it down there.
Yeah.
So I need something that's fit in the back of a car. So
Yeah, these are smaller ones,
okay, that would be great.
functional, and they're hold a lot of stuff.
Okay, maybe I can pick it up from you at some point.
Yeah.
We can
Connect it.
Okay, that'd be great. And
Yeah, I
then
think having a couple tables was helpful last year, so everything's not just on the ground.
yeah, it was helpful. I prefer to have a table, so that would work well, Christina. Thank you. And then I think Melissa, it'll be you and myself, right? Manning the
Yep.
table. And I've got all the stuff so I can make a few trips and bring it down there. And yeah, I mean, I think I did email the farmers market to tell them I have not heard back. But if they complain, I can tell them they've been informed. I think that's it.
Do you have signs to put up?
I don't really have anything like that. I think last year we used like a political sign and that was kind of frowned upon. I don't know if anyone, do you have anything we could?
I have some like just foam board.
Okay.
I don't know if I have any of the like metal sticks that stick them into the ground, but I can look. Because I think we had said, like, wouldn't it be nice to put up a sign the prior farmers
Before,
market saying,
yeah.
next week sports swap.
Yeah.
Let me look and I will drop something by you or something.
I'll look too.
I have metal stakes,
Oh, okay.
if that's helpful.
Sure, that would be great.
Okay.
And Lily, I can pick up some stuff at your house so you don't have to make multiple
okay.
runs.
Sure, that
Yeah.
would be helpful too. I have a decent amount, so we'll probably still make multiple runs, but that's okay. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
And do you need boxes or anything for any leftovers?
I think
you end up with less leftovers than you currently have.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're okay right now for boxes. Rebecca, I still have your like reusable boxes, which I'll get back to you, but I might use them to transport stuff back on the day, and then I can return it to you.
That's
So
fine.
yeah, I think we'll be okay for boxes. So yeah.
And I'll do a few more Facebook posts in the upcoming weeks. If there are particular things that you want me to share on our Facebook, let me know, and I'll do an email blast also.
Okay. Thank you. Dan also told me he would do an email blast, so I hope that
Okay.
that goes out.
Did we email I think Rebecca, you were gonna touch base with like sports teams or something?
Yes, I did, and I was planning to remind them, so I can do that in the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
Any other events? Oh, yeah. Do we want to be at Town Day? It's on September 27th. It's 1 to 4. If nothing else, so in similar vein to the EV credits ending, my understanding is that the tax rebate for solar is ending December 31st.
Mhm.
So we could do are you thinking about solar? Ask us questions. Ask us questions and then we'll point you next door to Gas and Lights. Is Gas and Light gonna be at Town Day?
I will check. We have our meeting Tuesday next week, so I can check.
And actually, I'd be curious to know if they're doing anything generally about promoting solar before the credits ends.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't have the answer to that either, so I will check on that as well. I mean, I think we're trying to move on our own internal projects, but I don't know about, yeah, just more generally speaking.
Yeah.
Well, the utility incentives aren't gonna be changing until next year when it's revisited, right?
No, correct. I'm thinking more of the Galvin, actually. Galvin Solar and the high school and the Voke Solar, those big school projects.
What's the impact of the credits on they would need to have been installed by then?
That's what I plan to ask about and figure out what now that we have like some definitive timing, I don't know whether we need to make that timing or not. Like, I just don't know, or whether there's implications or not. So that's what I plan to check in on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's more the high school and Voc where we're going out to bid right now. I think the Galvin is well underway, and so I don't think that that's as much of a risk.
Well, I guess I'll ask the question a different way. If we were to sign up to do Town Day on the Common on the afternoon of September 27th, is there anyone who would want to participate and be at that table?
Can you repeat the date for me? I'm sorry.
Yes, Saturday, September 27th,
I'm gonna be out of town that weekend.
the afternoon 1 to 4. And I can almost guarantee it won't be as rainy as last year.
I can probably do some of that. I can help.
Yeah, I would be like a tentative yes. I have like my kids' schedules I'm not sure about yet, but
Yeah,
I could probably make
either.
some of it.
Okie doke. That sounds good enough to me. We'll do it. And do you know, if we say that we'd like to be there, will we be like DPW sets us up with table and all that stuff?
You bet.
You guys are so good.
Yeah, they usually set up everybody.
Cool. Do we want to get those wooden board games that we had last year? Does anyone remember those? Were those fun enough for me to drive to Lexington and back? See if they're available. They didn't get a lot of play last year because it was boring. Okay. And we can talk at the next meeting about what sort of things we would want to do at Town Day other than talk about various credits on day. All right, those are events. Resilience, we had started talking about some resilience stuff. And like holy hell floods. Do we have any, like, I don't know, maybe this is an Anne question. Other than the town does a great warning system, which has switched over to a new tool and recently tested. What kind of stuff is around for, flash flood stuff? Like what's on the DPW's mind these days about severe weather, flash flood? Like flash flood feels like one of the more, well, flash flood and extreme heat seem to be the ones that we're grappling with most around here.
Yeah, so as far as flooding, we have been working on the catch basins. So we had a vendor in town cleaning catch basins on a regular maintenance schedule. So we're working on those. Any ones that are collapsed, we're trying to, or need work, we try to work on now because we do worry about the fall. Seems to be September, October seems to be tough. And the new system will notify people of worries about that in the heat, Heat, not so much on our end, but yes, we'll open buildings if we have to, library, senior center, first floor or basement, things like that.
Any other extreme weather things folks want to talk about?
I think we had said that, is it Dennis, the tree person that works for the town, was gonna come to a meeting, so we're still waiting on that, or is,
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
has trouble with Thursday nights. He has a prior commitment. So it's a tough one for him for Thursday. So I'm trying to wrangle him in if he can do a Thursday or maybe miss his other event. But he was not willing to come this evening.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Right, or he said, could he do earlier? Would that, if we met at 7
Yeah,
instead of 7:30?
I believe he has a 7:30 commitment somewhere, so we'd have to meet earlier or a different day.
Would folks do 7 next meeting? And we start with hearing from Dennis and then move on to our other topics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I'll confirm with him.
Okay, sounds good. And then Maggie's been working on pollinator and rain garden content and stuff. Do you want to share more?
Yeah, I just made a bunch of like how-to lists and why they're important. I just started adding pictures so we can put it all up on the webpage when we get a chance. Yeah.
So we're gonna make a fresh page on our in our town webpage, with content about how to make a pollinator garden, how to make a rain garden. And then we can promote that around town at our different events, but also hopefully with some lawn signs in relevant places around town. And did you have a question?
I just have exciting news today. I was going over some earmarks and we got a $25,000 earmark for a pollinator garden.
Fantastic. I thought I saw that on Rep. Lipper Garavedian's.
Yeah. So, and I'm gathering it's coming because we must have gotten a letter today about it. So I'll have to try to find out more. I tried to catch up with Joe today to see if we had plans for that money or not, but we were busy with other stuff, so I didn't get to it. But I'll follow up.
Fantastic. Is there anything that the ESC can do to help in that? Like we had talked about, are there places around town where there's currently, frequently mowed grass that we could suggest would be good spots for pollinator. I don't know how far 25K goes for pollinator garden. That sounds like a hell of a lot of
Yeah.
money to me for planting.
Sounds like a big garden to me, but I don't know if there's already plans or what, but I will find out and follow back up with everyone.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
So is that something that the DPW applied for, or do you know?
I'm guessing someone put a bug in someone's, yes, I'm gathering there's some kind of try to
Okay.
get that money, yes.
Okay.
I was actually surprised it was so much just because of all the cuts and things like that, so that was exciting.
Very cool. Well, because I think one of the things that we had talked about back a bit ago was like, would we do a bit of an inventory around town of like, are there some especially good spots that would make really good pollinator gardens that we can, especially now if there's some financial momentum that we can suggest, like, oh, have you looked at, you know, this particular
I mean,
spot?
we could post something on Facebook asking people.
Yeah. And do you think that there'd be, that would be welcome if we give some suggestions?
Let me just check
Yeah.
first.
Okay,
Just to make, I just want to make sure that it hasn't already, there's not something already in the works. Like, I know they were talking about one down by Vets Field or whatever, so I don't know if
Mm.
that's part of that or not, but let me find out.
Got it. Sounds good.
But
Yep.
suggestions are always welcome.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then we had talked about maybe we could do like a how-to session at some point, you know, like one of our library sessions, and talk about how to pollinate a garden, how to rain garden.
Kind of late for that, but
Yeah, maybe it's late for that this season. Although, I mean, you could create a rain garden anytime.
mm.
All right. We've got a bunch of stuff on the calendar in the next couple of months. Maybe we focus on the other content, the website and the signs. And then we can see about an event as a follow-on thing. Okay, cool. How about some updates from our liaisons? We don't have school committee here. Youth council, I gave the update from Ellie, which was that she now has a whole big pile of school supplies and no one to give them to, but we'll work on that. And what other updates do you have from the DPW?
DPW has been busy with the Republic strike.
Mm.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you.
Uh, very challenging, I think. I'm very proud of Wakefield though. They jumped ahead of it, rented some trucks beforehand. So the first week, so it started on July 1st. We did the first week ourselves, no help from Republic. And we also picked up every day the recycling except for Saturdays, which was Friday's route, which we held till the guys were getting tired. They had put a lot of hours in, so we just pushed the recycling till Monday. And then Monday we did get a little bit of help from Republic, sent a couple drivers in the afternoon at like 2 o'clock, but we were able to pick up Friday's recycling and Monday's recycling on Monday. So we're back caught up. Today we actually got 2 Republic trucks that came this morning at around 8 o'clock, which was very helpful. So we're hoping to wean off and that hopefully they'll be back picking up whatever. I think we're fortunate. I was on a call today with 13 other towns, cities and towns, and we were the only one making recycling pickups. The
Wow.
mayor
Wow.
of Beverly was saying that for 2 weeks they haven't picked up any recycling, and he's very concerned about what next week will bring, or even when they go back on how much tonnage they'll all have. Because the recycling isn't the weight, it's just the volume. So it is difficult if you get one day behind, it's hard to catch up. They're now 9 days behind. So I feel good for Wakefield where we're caught up. We haven't been going back from missed recycling, but we have been making the pickups, not that many calls. So hopefully next week we'll do the missed pickups and they'll do the regular routes. But I'm not certain I see an end in sight in the negotiations. It seems like they're at a standstill. Republic has said they've made an offer and they're waiting to hear back from the union. The union's saying they walked away from the table, so we're really not sure. I was happy one of the mayors today on the call asked Republican if they could send a representative to sit in on the negotiations if they never ever sit down again, which I think would be great because we would get the more of the true story and maybe there'd be some pressure to settle up on both sides.
Yeah. Well, big thanks to the whole DPW crew for getting ahead of it and keeping up with it. And it's
Yeah,
been
they were pretty
a lot of
amazing.
extra.
Last Monday there was a terrible storm that night, thunder and lightning, and they were still out picking up at 9:45 and
Wow.
in the thunder and lightning. So no,
Wow.
we weren't happy about that. I wanted them to come in, but they were great and they finished it up. So yeah, they've been outstanding.
And on top of the parade, which is also a
Yeah.
ton of work for.
Yeah,
for the
it
citizens.
couldn't have happened on a worse week. 1 week later would have made it so
Yeah.
much better, but yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed by the like multiple vehicle, like front loader to like another truck. They like came up with all these different solutions on my street and it was impressive.
Yeah, the recycling was pretty funny going into the front end loader, then into a truck, then into a
Yeah.
container, then up to Bill Recca. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. And we're very lucky. We're fortunate this summer. We have a lot of great summer helpers that are helping us, and they've been awesome. So, because the heat hasn't helped in the rain, so it's either been extremely hot or raining. So I'm hoping for like a nice 70 tomorrow. Maybe we could just have a nice day. So.
Excellent. What else you got for us, Anne?
That's all I've been talking about. Trash.
All right. Well, I was gonna ask if you had any updates on the Galvin Solar, but maybe I'll ask that of
Yeah.
Jen.
Well, I can give you a little on the Galvin Solar. I was up there the other day. They're making some connections. The electrical work I think's taking longer than we thought. Hopefully wrapping up in the next couple weeks, and then they'll contact the light gas and light to figure all that out, and then hopefully running maybe beginning of August. I have my fingers crossed.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And I don't have any other further updates until Tuesday, so.
It's okay. Good. All right. Then I guess, Jen, anything else from Gas and Light?
Yeah, so two things. So before I get into that, I just wanted to say on the topic of knowing your home's risk, there's a new tool that in all of the Texas aftermath folks are talking about. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I did just open the tool. It's called First Street, and you can type in your address and actually see your risk for flood factor, fire factor, wind, air quality, and heat. So I think that's kind of interesting. I don't really know. I'm not saying that I think it's a good tool because I haven't had a chance to look at it and see how it could be used. But anyways, just to make people aware that there's a lot of conversation about it because it's a little more forward looking and climate more accounting for climate change than FEMA and some of the other tools out there. Whether and how that's true, I don't know. But I will say, based on that tool, I thought it was pretty interesting. I have a 1 out of 10 ranking on flood and fire, a 3 out of 10 on air quality, and a 5 and a 6 on heat and wind. So actually, my biggest threat is wind based on this tool, which is kind of fascinating. We didn't talk about that. And that is actually, so when we have a windstorm, that actually really affects the electric system a lot because trees come down and it knocks out power, which is, heating, cooling, water, everything. So it is important. So yeah, I don't know if there's any kind of follow-up on that before I go into other topics, or whether people have heard of First Street.
So so First Street made this tool? That's the company?
Correct. Yeah, so it's firststreet.org.
And it's like they're making it all publicly available for anybody.
So yes and no. So it looks like you can do like a quick look at like they give you some high level information, but then there is like a prompt to sign up for more, and I don't really know like what more you get, and but yeah. I mean, I think there is some, yeah. Maybe if you want to engage with it longer term, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was surprised I was able to just type in my address and get some high level information, so that's better than nothing. Okay, so the other two WMGLD updates are the batteries at the energy park are live and in testing, and they're starting to be used to offset our summer peak. So all good news. The commissioners went down and we took a tour of the site. It's really, there's so much going on there and a lot of work, but yeah, the batteries are in, and we got to kind of walk around and see them up close, which was a treat for me. I know a lot of people would not find that to be a treat, but I thought it was interesting. Um, so that's good because our summer peaks are our most expensive times, and we want to use all the resources we possibly can to offset the need to buy power on the market. So that's what we're doing. Any questions on that?
I'll just add, Maggie generated a bunch of energy efficiency in the summertime, shave the peak sort of content, which we've been sprinkling out on our Facebook over the past couple of weeks. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. That's wonderful. And I'm also hearing, though I haven't been over to visit, that the park, the Burns Park, which is over on the west side off of Albion. It's the one where it used to be a small substation, and the substation was pulled out, and now it's becoming a small park in the middle of kind of a big multi, Albion's kind of a multifamily area. People don't have their own lawns, so that's coming along, and if it's not already open, it should be open soon. So that's nice as well, especially in the summer.
Yeah, that was a place where we were suggesting that maybe some of the lawn could be pollinators or non-mowable stuff. And did we ever formally make that suggestion?
We did, but I think we were late to the game and that plans were already in the works.
Okay.
Is there gonna be, Jen, some sort of like grand opening celebration or anything?
Good question. I will ask. The last time I checked in, it didn't sound like it was quite ready for that. So maybe now we're in a better position to plan something like that. So yes, I would hope so, and I will check.
There should probably be an ice cream truck at that.
That would be even better.
Just planting that seed.
Yeah. Awesome. The last thing I just wanted to update on is, this was a little while back, and sorry I wasn't at the last meeting, but in the middle of May, WMGLD, the superintendent of schools, and Kevin, who was on the school committee, who also frequently attends these meetings, Aaron Kokinda, and a number of people from Highland Electric Fleets got together to talk about basically fleet electric vehicles for Wakefield pretty broadly, and just kind of exchange information. One of the impetuses for having that meeting very quickly was there was some grant funds on the table that were only available through like the end of June. So having to do with electric school buses. So we wanted to kind of have that conversation to see if there was a possibility of applying for those funds. I can share. Oh, go
Did
ahead.
we apply?
My understanding is we did, but Kevin's not on the call today, so I can't confirm it. The last thing I heard was they had asked for some follow-up information from Highland Electric on, cost and whatnot. So let me back up and just say the idea is because we have a big bus contract, so we contract out most of our busing. And that contract was just renegotiated. So I don't think it's up for renewal for another couple of years. The idea is in the interim to try to think about electrifying some of the smaller buses that we actually own and operate ourselves. My understanding is these are more for like special need or special circumstance transportation. So outside of just kind of the normal busing contract that we have, and I don't know all the uses, so I can't really go into great detail on it. And the idea was to really see if we could get grant money to basically fund the purchase of the bus and also the setup of the charging infrastructure for that bus. And so that's the grant that I believe the schools did decide to move forward with submitting. I don't believe we've heard back yet whether we were selected for or awarded that grant. Yeah, I can check in on it, but it was a good meeting. There were other topics that we talked about besides, so we did start out with that conversation of kind of school buses. We also, Erin was there from economic development. She talked a bit about the idea of having an electric town shuttle route as an interest area of hers. And they talked a little bit about what they could do to support that, Highland Electric. And then the last piece we talked about is a WMGLD idea of having a fleet vehicle charging hub. We have a lot of extra kind of capacity in the Audubon area of town up by kind of the highways and whatnot, which actually is really good for kind of big vehicle charging, and we have low rates. So we were just that is a much longer term conversation, but we were saying, hey, if buses from other towns want to charge in our town because we have such lower rates, could we have a small parking lot and some charging equipment, and would there be any interest? Highland Electric said, ooh, we are really interested in that, but that's obviously a much longer term conversation. So yeah, that's the nature of kind of what we talked about. And there'll be more follow-ups, but I think we just wanted to kind of deal with the most immediate, most pressing thing, which is to help the school district see if they could secure that grant.
Very cool. The shuttle bus idea, the like around town shuttle bus would be very cool also. To have be an EV, especially, I mean, like people always complain about parking in town and traffic. Like if there was, a shuttle getting folks around, that would be great. And then it should absolutely be electric. Is there more we can do to hear on that?
Follow up with Erin, probably.
Yeah. I think following up with Erin is great. And that's a really good first step. I don't know, coming out of the call, I think one of the key issues we identified is that Highland Electric really doesn't provide they don't coordinate drivers. So one of the key issues is you can get the infrastructure, but you still have to figure out the driver situation. So I think Erin was going to kind of noodle on what that would look like, how that might work. That was like new information, so she was like, oh, okay, I understand what you can provide and what you typically don't provide. So let me think about that a little more.
Well, and I thought that when the development at the head of the lake is complete, that born with that will be some sort of loop shuttle. But does anyone know if that's a thing, and if that is going to be electric? And is that the same bus that Erin is thinking of?
I haven't heard about that bus.
Did I make that up?
I remember hearing about that, but
No, I think that's true. I think there's a bus. I don't know if it's
But
electric, but I think there's a
it's
bus.
up to the developer of that.
Yeah, I thought the developer
Yeah.
was like on the hook to provide some sort of
Right.
bus type thing. Well, it would be great if such a bus were electric. I'll check in with Erin. I bet she knows things about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That did not come up during our call. I don't think it's the same bus. She was talking more about buses that would go from public transportation to like shopping hubs to like, so it's not really built around the idea of one particular development's needs per se, but certainly if there was a huge need for people to get one place to another for some reason, I'm sure it could be considered. Or maybe the senior center, I don't know, things like that.
Be nice. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a shuttle that picks people up at the commuter station and like brings to a central location where people can like walk to their home instead of like so many cars coming to pick people up at the commuter station.
Yeah, I think the challenge is there's a lot of use cases and
Yeah.
figuring out what the biggest needs are, like, and whether it's on a schedule or if it's she was saying, oh, it could be on demand. So it's like, is it on a schedule? Is it on demand where people can just call for it? So I think there are a lot of ideas, and I don't know whether things have kind of gelled in any particular direction.
Interesting. Well, I'll follow up with Anne. Maybe she'd want to come to one of our meetings and talk about it.
Aaron?
Erin, yes, sorry. Looking at Anne. On the topic of fleet electrification, has anyone seen the new police car?
No.
The police have their brand new EV electric
Blazer?
cruiser. Yeah, police cruiser.
I haven't
I've only seen it in pictures. Every time I see a Wakefield police car go by, I look to see if it's that one. I don't think I've actually seen it yet. Well, it's exciting. Can't wait to hear what they think about it. We'll invite it to the showcase, or to, if we have a mini showcase, or they're at the farmer's market, maybe we could request that that vehicle be nearby for the farmer's market.
Do we know which vehicle it is? Like what the make and model is?
I think it's the Blazer.
The Chevy.
Oh,
Blazer,
did you say the
but it's
Blazer?
like
Okay.
it's a custom, like it's a
It's a police certified EV.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
built to be a police.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that would be cool if they want to come by either the farmer's market or the showcase. That would certainly attract some attention.
Right. Oh, I mean, I told them that we'd throw them a parade when they got it, so maybe we're due to have a parade. I spoke with the police chief at Steve's retirement party, and he stopped short of offering me a ride, but he said we could come by the station and check it out. So at some point we'll wander by and check it out. Cool. All
Well,
right.
lots of potential EV activities. So, yeah.
Stuff. All right. I think those are all of our liaison updates. I think next would be next meeting. For the typical pattern would be August 14th. Does that work for folks?
That would be at 7, right?
And that would be at 7 instead of 7:30. Assuming that Dennis can come. If he's not at all available that day, I'll let everyone know and we'll bounce back to 7:30.
Okay.
Is August 14th work for folks?
Think so.
Yes, looks good. Good. So it shall be. Anyone have any matters not anticipated that you want to talk about? Guess not. All right. Anyone want to suggest that we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Right. Anne,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Stephen, Tiana's a yes. We are adjourned. Have a lovely rest of your evening, everybody, and we'll see you